Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 24th of March, and we're here at Oulton Park for what is going to be, more than likely, the most action-packed race of the calendar. Forget all about Nürburgring, Nordschleife, forget everything else. This is where you need to be right now. Track today is going to be 4.28 kilometers in length, 69 meters above sea level, partly cloudy with a 22 kilometer an hour northwesterly headwind. Track temperature is 22 degrees Celsius or 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Myself and Craig back at the box again. Craig, how are things over there? Craig!
Hello, sorry, my microphone was muted. Yeah. I was just saying, I just saw Chris Gardner hit the wall at Hislops. The chicane there. That's what I was just looking at right here. It's going to be interesting. The amateurs are just finishing up their lap times. Very crucial we talk about the amateurs. Why? Because we're drop weeks. Remember, with this week and 2 weeks after that, and that's the rest end of the season. At the moment, the amateurs are separated by 40 points. The top four separated by 30 points, sorry. That goes down to about 20 if you include drop weeks, but we're not at the moment. Callum Beeman, who is just topping the timing charts with a 1:28.653, is in the lead by 16 points from Andrew Miller, who is around and hasn't set a lap yet. That could be interesting, especially when he's got Alex Homerson behind him. I just want to watch Andrew Miller. He's coming around for his final lap, to get his probably his only lap. What does he get? So 1:28.925, enough for P3. You can breathe a sigh of relief there. Miller had a comfortable lead, and two bad results puts him out of the championship lead, 16 points behind Callum Beeman. All to play for. All to play for. Above Chris Chatterton with a 546 as well, who's just set a 1:29.338. He's there in P3 for the amateurs. P4 is Hakon Eiler Lindmo with 5:32. And then Zachary Yama with 492 in 5th position. It's very close in those amateurs, Rob.
When you know the term butt clenching comes to mind.
Very butt clenching. Very, very butt clenching. Especially here at Oulton Park tonight. By the way, we need to talk.
Yeah, we need to talk about what just happened to you.
It's called Oulton Park International without Hislop.
Yeah.
But we have Hislop and no Britons. iRacing, can we sort this out, please?
No.
And by the way, I'll tell you why I had my microphone muted, because just as we go live, iRacing just has an announcement come out, courtesy of NASCAR. No, it's not a NASCAR race. The Chicago Street Course is coming to iRacing. Just been announced in the last, well, literally at the top of the hour. Chicago Street Course coming to iRacing.
That we can confirm, indeed. The Chicago Street Race coming to iRacing service. When do they expect it to be in? Did they say?
They've literally just announced it. There is video of cars going, of stock cars going around it, but who knows if it's near final completion. They just announced it's coming, and it's probably something that they have announced with NASCAR as well, because it's the Pro Invitational. So we don't care about the Pro. Well, we do, but right now, no. We only care about what we've got here. I'm just trying to see if they do have a date. No date, but apparently this is made just for NASCAR. It's going to be just for NASCAR. Well, to start with, if you know what I mean. So, but it will be available to everybody. Anyway, pros are out on track. I'll have a quick rundown of what the pros are doing in terms of their points championships. As Sean Campbell with 602 has a 52-point lead over Thomas Axe with 550. They're pretty much way ahead there. James Armstrong with P3 with 464 in a battle for P3 with Casper de Court, who's in 4th with 458. Alfie Rigby 422 in 5th. So that is the that is the top 5 for the pros. Again, it's not as close as the amateurs, but the top 2 are battling and 3rd and 4th are battling. So there's battles for all the prizes.
Just saw it there. The street course racing is heading to NASCAR, at least in the virtual sense, as series officials confirmed that iRacing is developing a street circuit set in the downtown Chicago Loop. The layout is scheduled to debut on the racing simulation later this spring and host the eNASCAR Racing iRacing Pro Invitational Series on June the 2nd. So we don't have much longer to wait.
That's going to be interesting. What will be interesting is they designed it for NASCAR. Be interesting to see how it drives for for like GT cars. That would be interesting to have a look to see what it does there. I'm excited for that. I know, that's quite a bit of a shock. You know, it's a new street circuit regardless. First of the pros come out. Let's get back to the matters at hand. Will Egby is going to cross the line. He'll set the first lap to 129.002. So what were you expecting? Matthias Jensen, who almost did not turn up tonight. Well, did not turn up in time. 128.640. Almost gets an off track at the end. James Armstrong, of course, he went pole, and then Sean Campbell took it away from him. Armstrong for 128.440. He stops. That's his one lap. Sean Campbell's still going. And Casper de Court taking a joker lap there. Sean Campbell pole for 127.978. I think some of these guys are just doing a one and done and just hoping for the best.
I'm just looking to see. Oh, I see that there's more than one of a particular car. Can you guess which one?
McLaren.
It starts with an M.
Mercedes.
Yes, there are 2 Mercedes out there. Billy Fletcher and Adam Christo coming back. Billy Fletcher in that, what's it called?
In that livery.
In that livery.
In the Lux Sim 24 car, basically. That lovely geometric livery. There, I got it right.
So, I'm pretty sure this is an endurance round, this one.
Nope, 2 sprint races.
Correction, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Also, that I've already been asked to bop the Macca. Here's how we bop the Macca. We just take it back to 19 season 4. There you go. Oh, does he go fast? He does.
He goes
127.903. Alfie Rigby is not able to put in a faster lap. He's in the pits. Anna Christos next to cross the line. Does he go faster? Over 5th. Let's see now. That's, you know, that Merc just looks like a big chunk of like brick going around here. Like, I'm surprised anybody
go faster.
He doesn't go faster at all. He's actually a tenth slower than his fastest lap, and that is qualifying.
Very quick qualifying there. It's a quick track as well. So I quickly over the qualifying. Sean Campbell was the only man to go under the 128 with that 127.903. James Armstrong with that 128.440 in P2, and Thomas Axe P3 with that 128.533. Alfie Rigby just pipped from the top 3, but still in that second row for 128.538. Adam Christo, a 128.629, and Matthias Jensen with that 128.640. Let's dip to the amateurs quickly. Callum Beeman takes pole with that 128.653. Quickly grab Will Egby there from the pros at 128.760, and then back to the amateurs. Andrew Dawson at 128.865. Andrew Miller at 128.925. Very interesting. First and second in the championship in both pro and am. They're first and third, respectively. Casper de Court, their pro, 128.937. Then Billy Fletcher with that 129.127. Ben Smith did not set any practice times and still comes out 13th fastest for 129.247. And Zachary Ayama at 129.300. Then Chris Chatterton, 15th overall, at 129.338. And Hekon Aden Limbo, 129.351. Simon Dodd at 129.428. Harry Wills at 129.564. Dean Timms with 129.650. And David Meekin, 20th, with a 129.696. Taylor Lane at 129.702. And Nick Curtiton almost beating him with 129.706. And just Again, look at these close times. So then let's go to Henning Haig with a 129.710 and Mark Bailey with a 129.712. Look at that. The top 4 cars there separated by just a hundredth of a second. John Williams there, 25th overall, 129.809. Liam Ahern, 129.841. Alex Homerson on 130.101. Mark Fleming, the last of the qualifiers, a 130.451. We have 5 non-qualifiers, all amateurs. Daniel Merchant, Chris Gardner, Chris Hamer, Lyden Lee, and James Pierce.
What do you think is going through their mind right now?
I just saw chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you were very sus with your pronunciation. It was very sus of you.
What did I do wrong?
You said trap instead of track.
What?
Yeah, that is exactly what you said, and I thought I was just me hearing things when chat confirmed it. You said trap, not track.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Let's bop the McLaren. I actually tried driving the McLaren this week. Didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Hello?
No, I think it was like I tried to literally go, let's do an hour, let's do like 45 minutes of practice in the McLaren before I do a VRS at Watkins, and I was just like, yeah, I need a bit more time to do this.
Yeah, I regret my decision.
So I didn't do VRS in the end. What I should have done the new GT3 challenge.
And how did that go for you?
I haven't actually done that yet. I've heard some really good things about it. Really good things. People are really enjoying that whole thing. You know, the whole thing of doing it like that. Now, Rob, we usually talk about motorsport news. Well, it's a quiet before the storm because all the motorsport's being hit at us this weekend after a long wait. Quick iRacing news. Now, remember how the European Sprint Series, which we're meant to do every Friday night, is now sponsored by Pure Driving School?
Yes.
VRS have now sponsored the European Endurance Series.
Nice.
So that's nice to see. Of course, on top of their GT3 and the GT Sprint and GT Endurance Series, they also now sponsoring that. That's very interesting to see in terms of, well, just in terms of seeing everything sponsored. You know, it looked a bit weird having PDS sponsoring one and then no sponsor for the endurance. So, looking forward to that. Although I'll be honest, not looking forward to the race this week as it's at Indianapolis. Just saying, you know, it's not the best track for the prototype cars. And if anybody wants to fight me, I'll be on that hill.
What, coming out with the big guns, I think, this week.
Yeah. Oh, we've lost 8 viewers because of me saying I don't like Indianapolis. So there you go.
We should have scrutinized that.
But no, like I said, it is the calm before the storm in motorsport. So we've got MotoGP starting, we've got Formula 1 starting, we've got one of the most anticipated races in NASCAR since, not really even the Daytona, really.
Since Dale.
Bristol Dirt. Yeah, Bristol Dirt, the first time in, 30 years we've gone to a dirt track? Or was it 40 years? Something like that. First time they've gone to a dirt track, which is going to be really interesting. The best thing is that there's only 2 classes racing there this weekend. And all the top guys in the NASCAR Cup Series are basically going, I need practice. Does anyone have a truck I can go into? So now they've got so many people, so many entries for the truck race. The heats to set the grid are going to be heats to decide who goes into the race. So you have to race in to get to... You don't qualify to get into the race. You race to get into the race. That promises to be fun, especially it's like classic dirt racing. Almost like... You ever seen Super Speedway with the motorbikes?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. Okay. How do I describe dirt heat racing to someone that's never seen anything like that? A small number of cars or vehicles or bikes go around a low oval and dirt for a very short time. We're talking like 5 to 10 laps. I think for the truck is going to be 15 laps. And yeah, then they just decide out who goes there like that. So
we're just waiting for this session to go.
Yeah, we'll wait. Shall we drop? Good evening, Neil Butler. Shall we drop some news on what we will be bringing to the broadcast stations on YouTube in the next few months? New series?
Indeed.
We'll let the cat out the bag. The major series, Predator series, is coming to Raidillon TV. It is, and I have looked at it, one of the best formats you will ever get if you just want a challenge. Simply put, 3 classes, well, 3 different cars, 2 classes in each car. First car over the line wins. But it's not as simple as you think, because the slowest class, they get to start on the track. The faster classes, they have to wait to be told they can leave the pit lane. So massive handicap, and so it's literally first one to cross the line wins out of any of these 3 classes. And we're not just talking, we're talking the Mazda MX-5, we're talking the Audi TCR, and we're talking the Radicals. So we're not talking like just like an LMP1, a Jetta, and I don't know what a rally car. No, we're talking like proper cars that I think are close to each other in speed, and with the same amount of Jesus take the wheel ability.
Jesus take the wheel.
I'm not even sorry for that. I am not even sorry for that.
We're just loading in this.
Is
yes.
Up, yeah.
Indeed, we are loading in.
How do I click on the right session? I always do this.
I clicked on the right session. I just looked at the session's details.
Well, look at you. Aren't you all ready? So what are we expecting? Because Rob did mention that it's going to be one of the most, did you say entertaining? Would that be the right word? Entertaining races?
Yes, that's what I said.
I think we're in for the same type of entertainment as we saw with Donington start the season. But a lot of that was a lack of respect by some of the drivers. A lot of it, but this, it's going to be a lot of people just outbreaking themselves. Just the respect is there, but like just getting probably a little bit impatient. You'll probably see some guys try to go too wide before you get down to the Britain chicane. Probably see some guys. You won't see anything at turn 5. If you see anything too wide at Shell's Oil, then let me know, because that shouldn't be happening. But down that straight, without the Britain chicane, it's going to be interesting, because I get it messed. See, this is what I mean. I get messed up. They call it international without Britain's. Britain's isn't there. Hislop is. But it still confuses me. So I don't know. I think no, because it actually said in the game, in the UI, without Britain's. You go into the game, it says without Hislop. I'm getting confused now. Where am I?
Poor Craig is a he's just having his moment of the day where he needs to reboot himself, and just give himself a coffee or an iced tea, whatever he likes. What do you like?
I don't drink hot drinks. I actually don't drink hot drinks.
What's an iced tea then?
I have had a shock, one of those mocha latte,
you don't even know what it is.
Chocochinos. What is it? What are those Starbucks Chocochino things in a bottle, and that you can buy in the supermarkets? Like a frappuccino, but with coffee, with chocolate. It was nice, But when you're not used to like a caffeinated drink like that, you know, the only caffeinated drink you've ever had is like a Red Bull you know, technically a Coke has caffeine in. If you're not used to that massive hit of caffeine, it's like whoa, and that was just enough for me to go, yeah, I like this, but I'm not used to the strength right in my mouth.
Four minutes until warm-up ticks over into the race session. I'm trying to figure out what other news is there other than F1 returning in tomorrow. Actually, free practice 1 starts tomorrow at Bahrain, and then we wait 24 days past that, or 22 days past that, for the 18th of April for the next race, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, we'll be grand. We'll be grand in 2nd of May, 9th of May, 23rd of May, 6th of June, 13th of June, 27th, the 4th, the 18th, the 1st of August, 29th of August. It's actually quite jam packed at the end. No, that's not too bad actually. I thought it was going to be worse, but I mean, they still haven't removed, or I should say, demolished Circuit of the Americas. Just build a better track.
That yet.
Well, just build a better track. What is that? What is that turn 1?
Pass. What is that turn 1? You tell me.
Like, I mean, to be fair, I mean, as far as turns go, it's all right. But I mean, like, when you're standing at the bottom, it looks like a massive climb.
That's because it is. It is a massive climb, and it's gonna be interesting to see the NASCAR drivers go around there, because they've got to go around late this season as well at COTA. And to be fair, at least they won't get too affected by the bumps because they're used to it. Looking at you, Atlanta, who produced another we had two boring NASCAR races in a row, like when nothing happened. Like just the driver stayed out in front and just led all the way, and then oh no, someone came back and beat him, but that was it. And yeah, tomorrow's not free practice. What have you been? Rob? It's Wednesday.
I thought it was. I've got my dates all wrong.
Yeah. Oh, they actually have. They released a track map for the Chicago Street Circuit, by the way. It's tiny. You wouldn't want to race it on anything fast like a GT3. It is literally. You do a 90-degree left into a short straight to a 90-degree right. Go down, take a little curve into like a 70-degree right into a 90-degree right. Go up a long straight, 90-degree left, short straight, 90-degree right. Then you go around like a fountain, but it's like a very long curve. Then you go back to a 90-degree right, then another 90-degree right, and you're back on the start-finish straight. Yeah, it's just 90-degree rights everywhere. And Rob, would you believe it? I have no relative.
Funny that.
I swear somebody hits a button and says you're not allowed it. And I don't even have caps running at the moment.
You're not allowed it.
It's not caps. I have no relative full stop on iRacing.
Well, I do. But I also I use
You've got a system. You bring up a black box, do you?
No.
No, that's what I mean. I can't bring up a black box for relative. It doesn't give me any access to a black box. It's almost like someone's hit a button that's gone, anybody who's not in this race is not allowed any information. I know, it sounds weird. I'm telling you. Somebody's hit a button. Maybe I should just get SDK.
Oof.
Even JRT would be better. I don't know, but yeah. No relative information with me again, but I'm used to this. We'll do it the old Murray Walker style, Rob. That's how I love running.
Just with a microphone and a hope and a prayer.
Now the time is here. I cannot do a Murray Walker. I'm so sorry.
You've soiled it. But what you've not soiled is the start of the race, which I will leave to you this time, as this is your track. I mean,
hold on. Are you saying that because I'm English?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know a lot more about it than I do. I've raced here before on a different simulator with touring cars that dynamically and very rapidly sometimes gained 255 kilograms. Which is a shame. You know, you hate to see it. You hate to see it going off into the grass. But it can't be helped. Sometimes it has to happen. But this is Raidillon TV, the only colour you need. We're getting ready for race 1 of 2 tonight. 30 minutes around Oulton Park. And that is your entire list of drivers sat there ready to get going. And, well, I mean, let's just go ahead and get onto that pace car. And let's see what it looks like going backwards.
Looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Look at it.
It does.
They'll be coming out of Druids. Coming out of Druids corner right now to get themselves ready. You can see Sean Campbell is just giving himself a little bit of warm up there, a little bit of a slide, a little bit, as they would say, shake and bake. Shake and bake. As he comes out of Druids, I see Nick Cage in his helmet. Beside him is the Queen. Good evening, Ma.
You alright, Ma?
How you doing, Ma? They'll be coming down now shortly to the lodge corner. Now the pace car will go in around Deer. The start finish straight is called the Deer Lead. They come now down the lodge corner, down the little hill. Wait for the start finish line. Remember, green flag is not the green flag. It is basically wait for Sean Campbell. Comes across the start finish line. We wait to see when he lets them go. Lets them go at the last minute. Catches James Armstrong off as they come down into Old Hall corner. Who's going to make a move right here? It'll probably be side by side until they get down to the next corner. Side by side behind. It looks like Armstrong is having the battle. Alfie Rigby's coming to make a move on his teammate there, which is Thomas Axe. Anybody else there? Anna Christo trying to go and move on Thomas Axe there. Almost took out the championship contender as he continues to go through. Sean Campbell's got quite a good lead at the moment. We won't see anything coming into Shell. A little bit of battling at the back though. A couple of cars wanting to see how are the amateurs. So just wait to see if anything is happening in the pros. Nothing at the moment. How's the amateurs? Well, it's looking pretty clean at the moment. It looks like Callum Beeman has a lead.
Liam Ahern's gone off. Just a very quick to see. Oh, I think he stepped out. I think he had a wiggle. Let's have a look. Let's see what happened to him. Just.
Oh, contact! Thomas Axe has had contact! Thomas Axe has had contact and he spins! He spins! He had contact! I believe that was Adam Christo! He had contact at the back of the car with Adam Christo going into his slot, sorry. And it looks to me like Adam Christo, he just took too much speed. Goes into the back, and then as Christo goes around, does he make contact with anybody else? No. It looks like Alfie Rigby blinked out and almost got hit there by teammate. And it's more chaos. That's now Harry Wills making contact with Billy Fletcher. Adam Christo spun, and as everyone went to stop, it looked like that Billy Fletcher didn't stop in time. Casper the Corp did, and everybody just bunched up. Oh! And that's Billy Fletcher with massive damage as Harry Wills goes around. And that's just the pros. We haven't got to the amateurs.
In amateur, Chris Gardner has gone around. What on earth is going on? He's gone around just at the just near the start finish line. And Mark Bailey is all the way backwards. Now we did see Liam Ahern. He got tipped from behind and just slid around, but the rest of the amateurs are all in a T-cozy. Is that the correct term, all in a T-cozy? Just in a line. Like soldiers. In a line, walking around and having a scrap essentially at a distance. The scrap being the MSR guy, who will come out on top. Which MSR? Is it Callum Bowman of Midland Sim Racers, or is
Beeman!
it Beeman? No, I've done it again.
Good evening, Mrs. Beeman.
No, don't kill me, please. No, I'm sorry, I mispronounced Callum Beeman's name again. Oh dear.
Right. So the pros, I'm curious to see. Thomas Axe is now P9.
Adam Christo's PA. He's got a lot of front end damage to that car.
Yeah, but the back of Thomas Axe's car is
And
mangled.
the front right as well is quite damaged.
So remember, folks, 50 points per race on a sprint night, and then each position they get 2 points less. So with that gap between Axe and Campbell being 52, it's gonna put Thomas. He's at 9. That's gonna put him almost 12. I can't do maths. That's about 18 points behind. So that's another 18 points. As he does he have Wu be battling him? He does not, but trying to catch up to Adam Christo. Meanwhile, we've got a battle between Billy Fletcher and Casper de Court. Looks like Fletcher's going to make a move. No, he was thinking about making a move. Decided against it. It's the beaten Mercedes versus the beaten BMW. It looks very weird, but out in front, we don't need to look at Sean Campbell at the moment, knock on wood. He's still got his...
he's a second and a half gone. Look at him.
Yeah, he's got Murray Walker tribute on, by the way, which is great to see. Alfred Rigby's battling James Armstrong as well at the moment. So, it's all to play for. Look at this.
Oh, a lot of sliding coming from Armstrong. He's really pushing the socks off that Audi, but... Oh, Sean's helmet got an update. Oh.
They've got an update? What?
It's still Nicolas Cage. And as Nicolas Cage is looking at it, let's go to his row bar. This is on board with Sean Campbell. He started first. He's still first by 1.6 seconds. He's looking comfy in that.
He is. He's looking very comfy at the moment.
Also, the question has to be raised. Who made the first iRacing helmet that had a face on it? Oh, Dean Timms. Where's he gone? Dean Timms. Oh. Sorry, he popped up in front of me. Let's have a look at what happened to him.
It almost looks like he's just missed the corner.
Oh, and a mistake. He's got a black flag for sure.
Oh, that's not the track. Yeah.
Yeah, he's tried. Well, he might not have a black flag, but he popped into first to my relative for about a split second.
Well, this amateur battle, by the way, is looking really nice. Andrew Dawson could play spoiler to some of these cars at the moment. Battling Zachary Ayama, who's just trying to hold on to the back of Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller's losing Callum Beeman. Callum is just gone. I think the gap's now almost about a second and a half. And he's just losing time here. And he needs it. He's 16 points behind. He needs to find some time. Needs to find some points. But if he's getting hounded by Yama and Dawson's behind as well, that's not going to go well for him elsewhere in that battle. Remember, Hakanida Linmo, he's currently all the way down in P8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, P8, and Chris Chatterson's in P6. So they're losing time in this championship battle they have, as Callum Beeman just continues to extend his lead. Almost like what we're seeing with Sean Campbell at the moment, but.
It's critical that Miller does not get too caught up, because if he loses Beeman completely, he's lost his mark, and then he'll only have the mark of Zachary Yama behind him, and then he'll lose even more time. Anna Christo.
Anna Christo's gone off. He's gone off. He went for an overtake on Taylor Lane, going down to Hislop, and he just went too hot. So he's also lost the position to Thomas Axe. Vital for the championship, Thomas Axe there. That will put him into P8. Now, if he can hold off with that damage, well, Alan Christo's got a broken wing, so he probably will. But Thomas Axe is now behind the fiercely forward Audi. Hey, let's look, it's got a little bit of a change there for Taylor Lane. There, yeah, nice looking fiercely forward Audi there from Taylor Lane in P7. Can Thomas Axe in that mangled RSR Audi, can he get another position? P7 would be fantastic right now for him.
Well, never say never.
Never.
Okay, don't. Well, yeah, you just said never. Well, he's not gonna get it. Zachary Yama. He's gonna try and play foul for the Midland Sim Racers in first and second. Callum Beeman and Andrew DeMiller as they come around corner 4 into the sweeping left-hander into the 180. 5 back out again. I do think I can see where some of the Americans get their inspiration from, because I think Oulton's very fast and it's very narrow for what the circuit is now. I mean, it's not a massive circuit, so the actual relative speeds that are going on here, it's actually, you know, well, I would consider it fast.
And let's be honest, where they are right now, going up Clay Hill, this is the original track from the 50s. All this is the 50s. That bit there that we just saw at Hislop's and then the long straight down Island Bend, all that is what they've added over the years. But no, this is the original track here on Clay Hill toward a tower, down into coming into Druids right now. Just seen all bunched up there. Andrew Miller's not had a good time. He's got Zachary Yama right behind him as they come into Lodge. Down to the deer leap they go. It looks like Yama's trying to make a move into turn 1. Just not the corner. It is a bit of a speed corner there. You've got a lot of run up there in Old Hall, but nothing. And if he sets himself up down the avenue, don't think he'll get anything at the Cascades. No, he's just waiting. You can just see how just one mistake on this fast track, because look, 129.363 versus a 129.629 for Miller. It just shows, and there is that concertina effect, because Beeman is slowly pulling away, and I mean slowly pulling away, while second, third, fourth, and fifth are all separated by practically a second.
Andrew Miller is essentially trying to not lose any positions, and he's going to try and do it by... Oh, Simon Dodd! He's gone round! What happened to him? What happened to you, Dodd? Doddy, don't do it! No, I think I know what happened! Oh,
please, no.
Left... Oh! Power over... Oversteer coming out of the corner. Wheels just no traction. And he's gone around. And that's a tire wall ready to greet him.
And also, it looks like something happened to Thomas Axe, or was it Taylor Lane? Yeah, Taylor Lane, sorry. Something happened to Taylor Lane at the chicane. Oh, he had to avoid the wall. Went into Britain's, lost it, took too much speed, clipped the grass, and Taylor Lane went around.
Oh! We're gonna have a replay
just
of that.
Happened,
Quick replay of that. Just looking at Taylor Lane. Was trying to play mind games, and, well, he played with himself, and oh! Bonk.
That puts Thomas Axe into P7. Vital for him. It's recovery drive, because who knows? If you get the P7, Sean Campbell gets crashed out in the next race and Thomas Axe wins it. Game on. Game on with 2 to go. We've got Monza Endurance race next week. So it's game on no matter what. And that could help Thomas. And he's kind of in limbo at the moment, as there's still, 18 minutes remaining. There's still time to play with there. He's only 4 seconds behind Billy Fletcher, who still hasn't been able to get by Kafka, of course. So just wait for your moments right now, I think, is the best way. But Taylor Lane, all that time, he's going to have to get by that big battle at the front of the amateur field. That's not an easy task.
And he has to get by this. This is the battle for 3rd, 4th, and... Correction. Yes, it is a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're all bunched up. Actually, 2nd through 5th. Correction. As you can see, it is Miller in front, then Andrew Dawson, and we're on board with Andrew Dawson. Zachary Yama in front of him. And Ben Smith behind in the Lamborghini. Not a very popular choice. Oh.
Yama, Zachariah is going to make the move into turn 1. He made it work. Great launch out of Lodge. And just makes that work over Andrew Miller. Miller's going to try and respond, but he's got Dawson right beside him. And Dawson takes him. Championship contenders lost all 3 positions in the space of 2 corners. because there is and Ben Smith just trying to get by.
Just
you
a
can
tip.
see
Just a tip.
Miller wasn't going to give up. Miller wasn't going to give up there, and neither was Ben. So you can see what that is. But all this is while this has happened, Callum Beeman's just looked in his rearview mirror and gone, "What's going on?"
He's gone.
Probably with his team, right? Yeah, he's probably with his teammate Andrew Miller there, and Andrew's like, "Callum, help, Callum, you there? See you later."
Ground control to Major Beeman. Can you hear me, Major Callum? Can you hear me, Major Callum?
Andrew Dawson is now pounding exactly the Yamaha. It's almost like they've gotten rid of the BMW. Now it's like, hey, now let's figure out who is the fastest. They were just holding up there. So Dawson is going to be battling Yamaha. I mean, this battle hasn't really ended. It's just, you know, it never stopped. It's just stayed there true. Dawson had a moment. He could have gone side by side or made a move into Druids. A little bit risky. But he made that move into Cascades last lap. Can he do it again? I don't think he can. Ben Smith as well. That last and first part of this track, you can see Miller's really struggling. He's fine elsewhere, but he gets down out of Druids into Lodge, down that dip, into Old Hall, the first corner, and he's just unable to do anything.
Yeah. And just look at you know, Miller's, you know, that M4, she big on this track, but look how quickly he's actually losing the back end of Ben Smith. These three, they just checked out on him, and you know, as ruthless as it sounds, it's just, oh, that's Zachary Yama's mistake. He missed it. He got played by mind games. Andrew Dawson just beautifully setting him up, and then Zachary Yama, you can't be making those mistakes, not in here and not now. You're under threat from Miller. The Empire strikes back, and does he strike back within the next half a lap? He can still do it. He's now got Slipstream right under his back wing, and he's looking on the outside coming up to the final corner, and he goes by.
Yama had to serve another slowdown, almost like he didn't clear that slowdown in time. The way he pulled over to one side. Miller's on a warpath though. He's back up into what would be P4 for the amateurs. He don't want blood, but he wants that P2 back. You're not missing anything in the pros, by the way. It's still the same setup and still the same positions. Chris Gardner just having a thorough put there. Alfie Rigby has been battling James Armstrong for most of this race, but they've just been matching each other in time so much, as I say that Alfie Rigby blinks. It's really hard to just gauge who's the faster. So that's what it is at the moment with the pros. Like I said, we'll keep you up to date. Andrew Miller. Ah, that was interesting. My internet just went. Andrew Miller's nowhere to be found.
Andrew Miller is just... He's gotten past Zachary Yama, but the group has broken up. Oh, that's Axe. He's gone. Thomas Axe. No. On the exit, coming on the long back straight, and that is not what you want to see.
And that's wing damage now. What was nothing is now wing damage. He's done a little bit of an issue. He's held up Andrew Miller. Miller's almost going to have Yama going around the outside, and Axe has realised that is massive damage. And he'll need to keep going, because remember, if you're inside the 2 laps of the leader, you get the points. And he's currently sitting. He's still sitting what? He was down at P7. He's now, I want to say, P8. So he's P8 for the pros. He's got to stick with it. Taylor Lane may get him. He may get P9. Got to stick with it. All those points are crucial at this stage of the championship. So unfortunately, damage, wing damage, down on speed, you name it, he's got it, apart from suspension damage. But also, that little hiccup has split these battles in the amateurs now, because Dawson is on the tail of Ben Smith for P2, and Miller is nowhere near them, and Yama's starting to catch up to them. Is Dawson going to make a move here into Hislop? No, but you can see it's all to play for right now.
Bendy carbon, next level deck. Only on iRacing. They're light years ahead of everybody else. It's not carbon fiber, it's carbon flexi.
Carbon flexi?
Yeah, like flexi. Like it's like because it's flexible. I don't know. It's a trendy name. I don't know. Oh my crikey, the Alfie Rigby. I'm just looking at him now. He is also pushing that Audi R8 to the raggedy edge, and he is going wide, coming out of 2 and 3. And he needs to keep her level. Keep her on the straight and narrow. Don't be overdoing it.
Calm it down. Calm it down. Just needs to keep safe. I just keep seeing these Alfie Rigby and he blinks, and as I look at him, he blinks, and then James Armstrong blinks, and I'm trying to figure out who really has the internet issues here today. I'm not entirely sure. We're at Oulton Park. You shouldn't really have any internet issues. as we're coming down to 11 minutes to go. That Mercedes, though, by the way, Billy Fletcher is just seen right there. Even with that damage, is still throwing in some decent lap times. He put a 1:28.914 last lap, his fastest lap of the race. Getting a lot of slipstream with Casper de Court, who does have some damage. But with the track, especially without Britain's chicane, it kind of like opens up out of shell corner into a long straight, and it just really opens up for some overtaking opportunities or slipstreaming opportunities. And Fletcher's just allowing that, using that to his advantage to just keep here in P6. And to be fair, they're pulling away from Adam Christo and everybody else by the looks of it, as Zachary Yama's had a moment, Rob. Zachary Yama's had a big moment.
Where is he? Where is Zachary Yama? Oh dear. What happened?
Huge damage.
Oh! No, it's all gone wrong. No, on a sweeping left-hander. He lost control.
That is a weird one. He's already had wing damage before that, though, so no idea what happened there, because you can see there is wing damage. Might be able to...
he'd already gone off before. Sorry. He's on that lap. Oh, no, on the... Oh!
The grass caught him. The grass caught him, and he, while you're watching that and just watching him go around, almost caught him again. He's gone all the way down the pecking order. And, well, to be fair, this is a relief for Andrew Miller, because, Chris Chatterton's got a couple pros between him and Miller. So Miller's in that P4, which is a huge relief to him, because he's not battling for P5 anymore as we're hitting the final 10 minutes. So 9 minutes, sorry. So we're coming to the final 9 minutes, and how many laps are we looking at here? We're looking at another...
We're looking at another 6.
7 laps? 6 laps. Okay, yeah. So, very interesting. Like I said, nothing happening in the pros. This amateur battle, it's still hot. It's still hot. Andrew Dawson losing the toe of Ben Smith. Dawson did a 1:29.188 last lap. It was a 1:28.887 for Smith. Just ignore whatever Callum Beeman's doing, because he's just in his own world at the moment, looking to get as many points as he can. And unfortunately, Simon Dodd had 11 minutes of repairs after that accident, Rob. Like this if you cry every time.
I cry every time.
Yeah.
I really do.
Sorry. If you want to talk about it, you can. There. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Bambi lives. Don't worry. Bambi lives. It's okay. Bambi lives. Of course Bambi lives. The whole film named after Bambi. So, not much at the moment going on Elsewhere down the field, by the way, it has all split
Hang on
out.
a minute. You say Bambi lives because there was a film named after him. What about Romeo and Juliet?
No, I said Bambi lives, and then I was like, of course Bambi lives. The film's named after them.
Yeah. But what about Romeo and Juliet? Obviously they lived because the film's named after them.
What about Hamlet? Okay, yeah, okay. Right, you've got me.
Checkmate.
14 minutes. Bambi strikes again for race 2. Oh dear. Well, we're down to the final 6.5 minutes of this race. Like I said, it's all quiet in the pros. Campbell kept that 2.5 lead at the start of the race and hasn't given it up. James Armstrong's driven very well to try and keep with it. But, like I said, last lap the gap was 1.4 seconds when they crossed the line. I mean, they're matching lap times. It's impossible to say any different. In fact, they're matching lap times so much, they just did the same lap time. Both of them just did a 1:28.498. Excuse me? Is that possible? I mean, it is possible.
I mean, one is pushing and the other is sitting very, very calmly in his car. I'll let you guess which one is which.
They both do the same time, by the way. Liking the tribute once again for that on that neon car to Murray Walker. I think last week was the Bean Smiths, and this week it's Murray Walker. So the ripples of that still going through the waves. Benny Fletcher's still on the back of Catholic Court. It's amazing to see. Absolutely amazing to see that. But elsewhere, it's very quiet. Hakan Limbo does get past his teammate Henny Hagel. I think it's I think they did. I can't remember, but he's getting by his teammate now. And Lindmo, who is sitting, well, we've got to talk about him because he's sitting P4 in the championship. But Chris Chatterton, that's Taylor Lane just having an off. Not sure what happened there to Taylor Lane. Did he just miss the braking? He lost it under braking. But Hagan Ida Limbo, sorry. It's currently sitting P4, but not gaining anything. When you think the only person in that top 5, in the top 6, sorry, that isn't part of the two drivers not part of the championship content, the championship implications. Ben Smith and Andrew Dawson sitting 2nd and 3rd. But then the others, Callum Beeman, Andrew Miller, Chris Chatterton, and Lindmo, are all in the same positions they are at the moment in the championship. So the championship doesn't change, but the gaps start to get bigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe.
I don't know.
Neither do I. I think we should stick to commentary and not math because neither of us are pretty good at it. And neither of us
Hey! I've got a degree in accounting.
And I can do better in maths than you?
Yeah, but accounting, you just use a calculator.
Yeah, well, what do you use for accounting then? Your fingers, like we're in first class. 1, 2, 3.
I'll have you know that I was great at mental arithmetic, and then I took A-level maths. And then I learned that maths was no longer 2 plus 2. It was proved that 2 plus 2 equals 4, where I is involved. And, it's like, wait, what? That's not maths. Three minutes remaining in the race. I cannot do an update, like a top of my head update for the point positions. But it does give you some very interesting situations where you've got James Armstrong sitting P2, which would get, if I'm right, 48 points. But Thomas Axe would get, what are we talking about here? Okay, the gap's only 90 points between the two of them, but gives you an idea. If Thomas Axe is sitting P8, he gets about 36 points, I want to say. So that's 10 points, so that just takes it down to 50. say Axe crashes out next race and Armstrong wins, then all of a sudden Armstrong's back in a chance with P2. Just those little things, but they're not worried about that right now. They're going to take the whole night in one go and see how many of the 100 points possible are they going to get. Which, spoiler alert, is anything between 0 and 100. Probably not 100 because Sean Campbell, knock on wood, is currently cruising to victory with 2 minutes remaining. Keep seeing this battle, by the way, with Billy Fletcher. With 2 minutes remaining, this will be the penultimate lap as he goes around. Lap 20 of 21 as Campbell takes it with now a 2-second lead over James Armstrong.
One minute, 30 seconds to go. Next lap will be the white flag lap. I am 90% confident in that. Sean
Just
Campbell.
remember, Rob,
Yeah, go ahead.
you don't make mistakes, you make prophecies that don't turn out true.
Then they're not prophecies.
I had to get a Murray Walker. I had to get a
Murrayism.
Come on, I had to get a
Really
Murrayism
now.
out. Come on. Just let me have this one moment.
I'll let you have this one moment. But only.
How many Murrayisms can I slip in without Rob knowing?
Wait, what?
Exactly. It's only one and you caught it, so don't worry about it. We were already just talking about how he was taking the penultimate lap, and now I'm pretty sure as he comes around, Sean Campbell I'm talking about, as he comes around Lodge Corner.
This is the not the penultimate, the final lap.
Barney's out there waving his white flag. He's getting ready for the Pro Invitational later tonight on iRacing, but he's waving that white flag right now as Sean Campbell leads the way. There's that battle between Billy Fletcher and Casper de Court we were talking about. Not much going on there as Fletcher continues to just keep looking. He's just a fraction faster. He was almost a tenth faster. He was actually 800ths faster last lap as he keeps battling. Callum Beeman he's under pressure a little bit from Ben Smith. It's one of those make a mistake and he's right on you. Andrew Dawson is nowhere to be found. Andrew Miller is also just enjoying his time as Thomas Dax continues to lead it through. What can Fletcher do, though? It's going to be tough now. He's got the long straight to work with, but with that damage and damage to the splitter, we know the Mercedes is fast. He's not going to be able to do it.
Say Sean Campbell is coming across the line. Casper de Court and Bill Fletcher is the battle I want to see just at this moment in time. The battle for the last place in the top 5, and James Armstrong is not able to do it. He'll have to stick for second place. Alfa Rube in third, Matthias Jensen in fourth. We haven't talked about him at all today, but a very nice fourth position for him. And I think it is going to be a foregone conclusion. Casper de Court is holding his position well against Billy Fletcher as they come around the final corner now. Billy Fletcher looking around the outside. He's not going to be able to do it. No, and that is it. Casper de Court claims the final 5th position for top 5 in pro. In amateur, Callum Beeman is about to cross the line. He held off Ben Smith for the longest time. Ben Smith will settle for second place, but once again, Callum Beeman putting in a very good and respectable pole position and P1 in race 1. Ben Smith, P2, race 2. Andrew Dawson on the podium. Andrew Miller, unfortunately, in 4th. Just not able to keep his position. And finally, Chris Chandran is the last in the top 5 for amateur. And as the rest cross the line. Oh, there they are. John Williams coming up now. And the last of the amateurs coming across the line. Let's get them results up on your screens.
Yeah, just currently watching the last 3 cars, but it's Dean Tim, Daniel Mojo, and Zachary Yama gonna finish that way, so nothing to worry about there. Sean Campbell, as we said, led from the start and finished the race in pole. He takes the victory. James Armstrong didn't have anything for Campbell in that first race. Started second, finished second. Alfie Rigby gets a top 3 once again. He comes home in third, and Matthias Jensen gets P4. Casper de Court made up 3 places to get P5, and Billy Fletcher could not get by him. Finishes 6th. Adam Christo loses 2 positions, finishes 7th. Then Callum Beament wins the amateurs. Started in pole, finished in the lead at the end of the race. Like Rob said, Ben Smith came home in P2, Andrew Dawson P3, and Andrew Miller P4. Quickly dip into the pros. Thomas Axe. Oh, it's not been a good first race for Thomas Axe. Started third, and he goes all the way down to 12th, 8th overall in the pros. Then Chris Chatterton returned to the amateurs, 5th of the amateurs. Lindmo there, 6th. Henning Haig, 7th. David Meakin will be 8th. Taylor Lane, not having a good day out there at the races. He comes home 17th overall. Then we go back to the amateurs. John Williams, 18th. Nick Crittenden, 19th. Lee Mahern, 20th. Dean Timms will be 21st. Daniel Merchant, 22nd. Zachary Ayama, 23rd. The last of the cars on the lead lap. Mark Fleming, 2 laps down. So I think he gets that reverse pole regardless. Then Lyden Lee, 8 laps down. Alex Holmerson is 9 laps down. Mark Bailey, 10 laps down. Chris Gardner and Harry Wills, both 13 laps down. And Simon Dodd and Will Egby, both 14 laps down. And by the way, you know how you said how like Sean Campbell and Armstrong both hit the same lap times?
Oh yeah.
That was the fastest lap. They both did the fastest lap. So technically, because Campbell crossed the line first, he gets fastest lap.
Yes, he does actually. Yeah, whoever crosses the lap.
I'll tell you what. This is. I had to take a screenshot of this. This is the first time I've ever seen on iRacing, because according to iRacing, they're just giving both of them the fastest lap. So the fastest lap is highlighted. I've never seen multiple people have the fastest lap in a session on iRacing. But no, that they're officially crediting both drivers with the fastest lap.
They just to cut across, coming back to the news before what we had with the Chicago street circuit, they've actually just put out renders of the circuit.
They've actually, they've also done a take a lap of the track. They've actually already got a POV of the track, on board.
But more so, look at that track map. It's literally a right turn, a left turn, a slight left,
like I said,
a slight right, a right turn, a right turn, a left turn, a right turn. Like 90% of them are right and left 90-degree angle turns. I thought you were joking. No.
Literally, like, you would think, hey, a street circuit, this is going to be great for iRacing, and then you realize, but it's mainly for the NASCAR series, and yeah, it literally is that. But credit where credit is due. What has iRacing been able to go and scan during the pandemic?
A section of Chicago, apparently.
I don't even think they've done that. I think they've literally just taken photos and just done it themselves.
No, they. If you actually read the press release on the NASCAR website, it'll actually detail that it did scan it in the early hours last year during autumn.
You mean like 2020 autumn, not 2019 autumn?
2020 autumn, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so they did do it during, yeah, but even still, like, what else could they do with a pandemic on? So to get out there is not bad. So really, hats off to them for doing that. Again, to me, it's a proof of concept of what iRacing can do. We've got to remember, iRacing also developed what would be the new design for the Auto Club Speedway, because they said we wanted to turn it into a short track, but we want to have some like this type of banking and this type of straight. Can it be done? And iRacing's like, well, let's build it on the sim and see what can be done. So it's a proof of concept that it can be done.
It's just like, yeah, right.
Yeah. It's literally, can it be done? Yes. Fair enough then. But again, you're gonna get people saying, "But my realism." And to that I say, it's a real piece of street. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But it is a shock to the system because no one was expecting this type of track.
Yeah, literally, it's like it just came out of nowhere. But I'd say people will be very happy. I think people will be very happy, pleasantly surprised, because it'll if it goes over well, it's like, hey, there's plenty of streets around the world. Hey, Monaco, hey, give us a scan.
No. You remember Gran Turismo 3? Côte d'Azur. Okay.
It was simply because they couldn't get the licensing for it. They could scan it. They didn't scan the track. They I think back then they made it from references, I think. But,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was only called Côte d'Azur because they didn't get the licensing to be able to use the name. Because, it may be a very tiny country, but it'll sting you for all the money that you're worth, so.
Just a small bit of drama with the race. Right. James Armstrong can only get the same options I get, which is just watch.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But I saw him on the list. I thought he was part of qualifying. Hang on. Let me go look.
On race 2. He can't join race 2.
Let's have a look at the session, because we can view the grid, actually, because it's a fixed grid. 40 drivers. James Armstrong, where are you? Pro. Jonas Dreyer. Oscar Coper. Wait, hang on. Why is Oscar Coper here? Where? Where is he?
Where's Oscar?
I can't. Why? No, why is Oscar there?
Oscar doesn't drive a GT3 anymore. He drives an LMP2. That's right, I said it.
Oh no. Well, I see Louis Egerton there. I think this grid's a bit.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I see this. This grid's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that I'm looking at to see what the starting grid is, yeah, it's like, no, this ain't the starting grid.
We'll wait and see. Sorry, it ruined my track of mind because we were saying about how this new circuit, like if it goes well, people will say, and rightfully so, well, I mean, unlike the iRacing Super Speedway where people went, why are we paying full price for a track where they didn't scan? That isn't in officials. Then they just went, hey, you're in officials. So
hey, you wanted to be in officials? You're on our side now.
That is actually quite a big talking point in the Oval community, is because now it's the NASCAR season, which means that every series goes to where it is that week on iRacing in the real world, and if they're not going to anywhere that week, they throw in like a feeder track, just a random track. Well, as a week this season, season 2, where nothing's racing, all 3 series A, B, and C are going to iRacing Super Speedway, and it has let a couple people upset. I'd say, not upset. I mean, angry. You get the idea. I'm trying to find the right word, because a lot of people, they're like, why we got this race? Why we got this racetrack? For something like that, it's just going to be different. So apparently, Harry, that's not what I hit my heat create session. Hit last settings. Harry might have made a mistake.
Uh-oh. Do we have to like do this all over again?
Maybe.
But everybody else is in the session, no?
We'll wait and see.
While we're waiting, I'm going
Jeopardy
to do.
chat,
I'm just gonna,
No, you've never listened to. You've never watched Jeopardy.
No. Well, no, I have watched Jeopardy. Bong 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 bong.
There you
bong.
go. There you go.
Bong 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 bong. Da 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 da.
Sorry. My answer is, what is Uzbekistan for 7,000?
Nope.
Oh.
Can I get what is Coke Speedway for $2?
No, because that doesn't exist.
Exactly. I get $2.
Apparently we're gonna have a new session.
Take two, everybody. Stare it all down. Take two.
And while you're at it, Miss Harry, please, I would like it so I could. It must be a button that's pressed that people spectating cannot see relatives, because I cannot get the black box up at all. At all. Yes, I'm taking words out of Rob there. Cannot get the black box up, and I'm just there thinking to myself, well, there must be a reason. Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the for the what's it called? The flex tape to be applied so that it's Uh-oh.
What's that? What's the uh-oh all about?
Ireland are 2-1 down to Serbia.
Oh, we're going to talk about the soccer, are we? Let's talk about the soccer.
I mean, it's actually football, but yeah, I have to make sure for all the Americans in the audience, when we're talking about football, we're not talking about like NFL.
Okay, hang on. Here's a bit of fun, right? Here's a bit of fun. In the town of Rugby, what is football?
What do you mean? What's it? We just call rugby.
In the town of Rugby, what is football? What sport do the town of Rugby call football?
Football.
No. In the town of Rugby, they call football. In the town of Rugby, the sport of rugby they call football, and the sport of football they call soccer. It's the only place in England.
Yeah, well, they're wrong.
No, because they created rugby.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, they're wrong. Just call rugby, football, and then NFL, and everybody's happy.
Called gridiron. I don't know why they never call it gridiron. So, yeah, it's weird. I don't understand the whole confusion of what the sport is. If American calls it football, it's like if American says it's football, it's gridiron, NFL. and then soccer is football. Yeah.
Where's this session at? I want my racing. Want my racing.
Bono, my race is gone.
I want my racing.
Speaking of Bono, did you hear Bono scored a goal in the weekend?
What do you mean Bono scored a goal in the weekend?
A goalkeeper with the nickname Bono. No, not the nickname. Sorry, the surname Bono scored an equaliser in La Liga.
Nice.
So yeah, F1 was. Hang on, Roll. It's not the fact of calling rugby in the town of Rugby. No, it's nothing about a confusing thing. It literally is they invented the sport. They took it from a form of football, so they just call it football in there. Simply put, you know. But I have no idea where the term soccer came from. Like, does anyone know where the term soccer came from?
I mean,
Oh, and by the way, when we say rugby, we're talking about the proper rugby, which is union. We don't want any of that pansy league stuff. I'm gonna get someone from the north now saying what you're saying about my rugby league, my whole KR. Right, so apparently, session will be going live. Shortly. Shortly. Association football. How is association so... What?
How is this? What?
What? Yeah, sorry. Explain that to me.
Huh?
Like, seriously, explain that to me. How association soccer, association football... Yeah, you're gonna have to.
It has some of the correct letters. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Bono, my association. It's called Association Soccer, Bono.
But it's great though because. The thing I love, right, if you want to talk about that, because Australia has Aussie rules, right, and they call that football. So if you go down to Australia and you talk about football, it's Aussie rules. But at least they call it football, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's called Aussie rules football. So at least, yeah. Then you've got Gaelic football, which then creates this fantastic match called international football. There is a form of sport called international football. And it's not association football.
Yeah, but I mean, like... What you could have instead is just, you know, Aussie rules. That's what everybody calls it.
No. That's what international football is. Basically to get exhibition matches between the top Irish Gaelic players and the top Aussie rule players, they came out with international football. So it's basically Aussie rules mixed with Gaelic football.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen some clips of it, and being that I don't really understand Aussie rules, that's right, I actually understand Gaelic football to an extent. It's really weird. Do you think of Gaelic football in an oval, you know, in a circle? I think that's the best way to describe it to an Irishman.
I mean, we know what Aussie rules are and international football is.
You actually know international football? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and also being your team hasn't made it to a World Cup for a while. Oh.
Okay. That's a bit too far. How dare you say that we're bad at football? Well, I mean, truth hurts, but how dare you say that? How dare you? So write a strongly worded letter to the Daily Telegraph. Yes, sir.
I didn't think the Irish did strongly worded letters.
I think we mostly don't care, really.
Don't you just go out and protest?
No, because that's effort, and we're a bit lazy.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, we'll get him later. We'll get him later.
We apologise for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking with us. It's bugs in the system. I know, other football codes are available. I wonder how many different types of football there are in the world.
Alright, it is time for me to go on break.
You go on break? I'm just trying to figure out how many different codes of football are there? Different types of football. Well, you got foosball. I still have no relative. What's going on? How can you give somebody admin rights on a server, but then don't give them... Yeah, I don't understand. Anyway. I will have to work that out. So, much to talk about? Not much to talk about this week. Everybody's getting ready for the Pro... It's weird to think everyone's getting ready for the Pro Invitational for iRacing, which basically started the whole, like, pros playing sim racing, or racing sim racing. So I'm really looking forward... I won't be able to watch it. I can't wait to wake up and watch the highlights just to see. I think the biggest talking point is Timmy Hill. That was a very interesting half a day with Timmy Hill not being added to the race, and then they were going to add him, but iRacing didn't have his livery ready, so they couldn't add him. And then they just decide, was it Penske? Just decided, was it Roush? Basically just decided, yeah, let's just put him in instead. So, I am looking forward to that. Mainly, number one, to see how, to see how dirt works. To see how the pros drive, because, let's be brutally honest, they only watched the Pro Invitational at the start of the season, at the start of last year. There was a lot of wrecking originally. So we'll wait and see if that happens again. I mean, it shouldn't, but then again, a lot of these drivers aren't that, what's the word, used to dirt. So I'm not sure how many drivers there are dirt drivers, but a lot of them will also take it as practice for NASCAR this weekend, which is fantastic because... usually I don't stay up on a Saturday to watch. I mean, everyone's got the Sebring 12 hour. Most people got the Sebring 12 hour this weekend. And it's going to be a case of, when I'm not driving, can I get a cheeky look at the NASCAR and watch the heat racing? Because the truck race should be live just as we're finishing the 12 hours of Sebring, just before the clocks go forward. If you're in Europe, by the way, the clocks do go forward this weekend. Oh dear, I'm not ready for it. I know that sounds absolutely hilarious, but not ready at all for that. When you have 5 o'clock alarms in the morning, you'll understand what I mean. It'll feel like 4 o'clock for the first few days, so I'm not happy about that. Makes you wonder. Bristol dirt is a thing. So, could you imagine? Now, don't take me seriously. Could you imagine GT3s or GTEs on a dirt track? Just throw some dirt tires on. Simply put, put some dirt tires on. Let them slide around. Probably have a bit more grip than the stock cars. Be fun. Probably you won't be able to get the power down. So they wouldn't be able... Yeah, you probably get a lot of cars just spinning the tyres. But would be interesting. You know, I'm not going to deny that would be interesting. So race 2. Build up to race 2 in a minute. Practice time, not a lot of people doing any practice times here. There's a minute left. Callum Beeman with a 1:29.211. Billy Fletcher did a 1:29.277 just to get a feel of the track. Rob will tell you all this information again, but it is 21 Celsius out. Look, 23 track temp. I'm sorry, out there at the moment. Winds of northwesterly 18 kilometers an hour. Humidity is 55%. We're in the afternoon, and of course, Oulton Park is open at this time of the year, so we get the proper times and the proper temperatures. And at the moment, it's coming up to 4 in the afternoon. So a track temp of 23, that sounds pretty good. Air temp of 21, though, at this time of the day. Yeah, I don't see it. It's England. I mean, I know global warming and everything. Double Delta, yeah. Yeah, no, it's, you gotta feel for Tony Stewart, though. You know, he's trying to do his own thing. Man, Eldora. Well, that would have been great to see Eldora. You know, I can see why they would have put Bristol. But could you imagine if they decided, well, Eldora's got it, so let's, you know, we'll keep the trucks there and just put NASCAR there. But no, I think a lot of it is due to stadium and viewers. You know, and yeah, they got the stadiums, so they can get the people in. Apparently, they've sold out, but they've not said what the limitation on people are due to COVID. So, no idea. But what I do know is Taylor Lane will lead this race off with Thomas Axe next to him, on the front row. And of course, as I was saying, Mark Fleming gets the nod for Eclipse on pole for the amateur with Zachary Yama. After almost getting a podium last race, will start in P2.
See the cars lining up there. And the details, once again, partly cloudy with an 80-kilometer northwest wind. Track temperature is 23 degrees, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. As they line up for race 2.
Any predictions? I mean, we were expecting fireworks in the first race, and well, apart from the first 2 laps, there wasn't a lot of fireworks.
I'm expecting something. I'm not sure yet.
I'm expecting you to take the reins, because this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Race 2 at the RacingSimRigs World Series at Oulton Park. You've got a fiercely forward on the front row of an RSR. Anything can happen, including Rob leading you off as they come around Lodge Corner.
Taylor Lane on the inside, Thomas Axe on the outside, car 32 versus car 12. That equals 20. Big maps. And that is Adam Christo and Billy Fletcher. It is a second row lockout for the boys in Mercedes toys. And off goes Taylor Lane, leading off, catching everybody off guard. And look at the gap he's already made up. And that is, it's a tight squeeze on the inside coming into the first corner for Billy Fletcher. He's going on the outside, coming past Thomas Axe. And that is Adam Christo looking on the inside of Thomas Axe. Oh, there's a little bit of a wiggle as he's coming into the second. Oh, it's all happened. Oh, a little bit of archie-barchie going around turn 2 into turn 3. That is, Adam Christo's been knocked out of shape, gone down into the 6th position, and that is 2-1 coming into the, there's a bit of a squeeze. Everybody's gone by. That was a archie-barchie second turn. A little bit of damage there on Christo's car.
Campbell's off. Campbell's in the wall. Sorry to interrupt. Campbell's in the wall. I think he made contact with Jensen. He's at the back of the pro field now. Had a little bit of a moment trying to go around the outside at Shell Oil. I told you shouldn't be seeing too wide. Unfortunately, we did see too wide. And by the way, it's all a little bit topsy-turvy now in the amateurs. Zachary Yama's gone down the order. You've got Eclipse 1 and 2. It's Fleming, Timms leading. Yama just holding on to Dean Timms and his teammate, other teammate Nick Crittenden, and his other teammate Liam Mahern, and his other teammate David Meakin. 5 VRTs in a row. Linmo is in a nice position. Miller's trying to catch up there, but where are the others? Callum Beeman trying to fight around, battling with Ben Smith. Stop me if I've heard that before. You have heard that before. They are battling tooth and nail. We'll get back to them in a minute. It's a dual procession. What on earth? Actually, I say that Mark Fleming has lost the lead to Dean Timms in the amateurs, but what on earth is going on in the pros? Sean Campbell is at the back of the field. Excuse me?
And look at the trail that he has to take to get back up to only the back end of Harry Wills. Thomas Sachs, by the way, he's gone down into third. He's battling Taylor Lane. Billy Fletcher, he launched himself. He capital. Oh no! Taylor Lane's lost control.
He managed to get out the way. I don't think anybody hit. Now, was that net code? Was that a hit or anything? No. General loss of the car as Taylor Lane goes around. Avoids everybody, gets back on track safely. Hey, that's a position for Sean Campbell. I remember I was saying how Thomas Sachs may get back into this if something happens. Ladies and gentlemen, something happened. We know the only thing now for Thomas Sachs is Billy Fletcher is so far ahead in that Lux Sims Esports Mercedes. Can Act get that lead? Because that would be 50 points. Okay, 2 points. Every point matters right now. It's crunch time. And if he knows Campbell's at the back of the field, he has to do it. He has to pull the trigger at some point.
Procession is as such. Thomas Sachs in second place. Alfie Rigby in third. James Armstrong in fourth. Alan Crystal's back up into fifth position. Will Egby sixth. Casper de Cour. A 1.2 second gap between him and Will Egby in front. And Harry Wills is 2 seconds behind him. And then there's Campbell. There's Campbell in eighth. And yes, indeed, Matthias Jensen had something happen. What's going on with him?
I think he got caught out there by Taylor Lane at the moment with Taylor Lane. Not entirely sure.
Let's have a look. Oh, he went wide. Oh! Oh! Sheeny Mac.
Right, I'm looking at the amateurs. It's very crucial. And why is it crucial? I'm trying to look at all the championship contenders right now, and everybody is split open. Zachary Yama is leading well, not leading the way. Dean Timms is out on his own. What's happened to Mark Fleming? Mark Fleming was out there with him. Not sure what's happened to Fleming. I think he may have had a moment as he lost it. He lost it in turn one. Lost it in turn one. Just a little bit, but enough for him to lose a couple positions to the VRT. Yama now sitting P2 for the amateurs. Crittenden behind. Again, key names there we're talking about there. Well, not Crittenden, but, you know, Yama.
Armstrong is off. Armstrong is off. He's towed the car.
High drama. High drama as we watch this replay.
Oh, he went to... Oh! Ooh!
That's stuck in the wall. That is stuck in the wall. High drama there for the man in P3 in the championship. You have to now question, is that his championship dreams over? He can still get a top 3, but he's going to be losing time to Casper de Court. Remember, James Armstrong was disqualified, well, was penalised in the first 2 races of the season, losing crucial points. But now, with what is going to be no points from the second race, he's only going to get, what, 40 odd points? Might be his drop week. That's his only saving grace. What's crucial? This puts Casper de Court, this puts Sean Campbell, sorry, up another spot in the procedure. He's now 7th. And Thomas Sachs is 2nd. They're almost going to have the identical results to each other at the end of this race.
And Adam Crisso coming on the inside of Alfie Rigby in the chicane. Alfie Rigby is going to try and respond to the rear end of that black and yellow AMG Mercedes. Oh, does he make a move? He doesn't. He's going to hold on to the rear. Made the move coming into the chicane on the inside of Alfie Rigby, the man we're looking at right now. Does he come up to the final corner? Does he make a move there? No, he doesn't. He's sticking behind.
Holding on. What can he do? Not much he can do. Going to try and look for any move he can as they come down into Old Hall. And Not much go. That car's almost sliding. That Mercedes did not look comfortable. Comes down to the avenue. Christo's going to have to use all his defense there, and it paid off. Rigby doesn't have anywhere to go because, you know, Christo put that car in the middle. Really good at that defense. A little grass cutting there from Alfie Rigby on the side. He's got the strimmer out on the edge of the track. Will not be able to make any advances as they come through the island bend into Shell Oil. Just looking, every time I see that Mercedes turn, it does not look planted, but I'll tell you what, it is very planted. Well, Egby's had a little bit of a moment out there and almost caught Casper de Court. Casper de Court now is going to have a run on Will Egby. He's going to go side by side. He will have to go around the outside of Britain, of his lots. He's not going to make this, is he? He's going to make this. What an overtake. No, he's still with it. He's still with it. Let's not celebrate right now. Rigby gets the inside. Over-under belongs to Casper de Court. Now he loses it. They're still in a little drag battle right here. Audi versus BMW. Very even at the moment. The BMW is really showing its worth. But there's nowhere to make a move right now as they come into Druids. But maybe that runner, that grass cutting there by Egby might set up Casper at Lodge. Will he make this? Doesn't break and send it at Lodge, but he does make the position finally. And then look at Sean Campbell. Campbell there just says hello. He's going to get a piece of Will Egby. He's just following the BMW. He's allowing the BMW to plow through it. The BM plower right now as Campbell is in battle with Will Egby.
Remember, Sean Campbell got hit into the wall coming around the 180. Turn 4. And he's striving to get back to the front and regain as many points as possible as they come through the long sweeping left-hander now. Any mistakes? No. But he's not in a position to upset Will Egby as Casper de Court tries to race away and run away in that BMW M4, the big boy. Now, the long boy, he's defending from a very, very skilled RSR boy, Mr. Alfie Rigby. Car 28 versus the car 70. It's a boat versus one nimble boy.
Boat versus one. By the way, you might have saw Andrew Miller's name just go up the board there on Daniel Merchant. Overtake around the outside of turn 1. And he needs as many positions as he can to try and, you know, get back in this championship. Especially when you've got, well, where's Callum Beeman? Callum Beeman's a couple places behind. He really has to make a move, get as many points as he can to, you know, just like band-aid the blow that has happened today with the racing. And to be fair, in front of Beeman is Ben Smith battling with Daniel Merchant, but Andrew Miller has got clear air and is just looking very strong at the moment. Also strong is this 3-car battle. What a battle this is at the moment. De Court, Egby, Campbell. Campbell's just there watching them do something, and he knows on any other track, if he tried to take advantage, you know, you try and take advantage of a mistake, just any mistake here, you take advantage. You can see he had the speed to try and make it too wide through Island Bend, decided against it, and to be fair, only 10 minutes have gone, so he has time to just calm it down a little bit. So just
side by side,
the best.
Andrew Miller goes with a little bit of a touch, I thought, but Mark Fleming has to go too wide going into the 180. Car left, he's still there, hold your lawn. Crikey, he's still there.
Can Miller make, he won't be able to go around the outside, he'll have to yield. And in fact, he's got to try. No, he's just keeping the braking. Slows down for the start, the turn in there. Deal with Fleming, though. He's going to be careful. Merchant behind Merchant, right on his tail's Ben Smith. Callum Beeman's just watching this all play out. Miller maybe in a couple corners may make it, but the defense from Mark Fleming is what's holding on right now. We're talking about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the P5. This is the P5 in the amateurs. Andrew Miller could use this right now. The more places he gets, the better. He needs to get back in. That's a mistake from Fleming. And Miller's going to try and pounce on it, but he does not have the pull away. It will have to be a send into turn 1. Not possible. Not possible. Possible. Maybe. Does it? Secures it? No. because he does not have that apex. He does not have the rotation and the speed out of the apex. So they'll come down into Cascades. And again, he's on. And you can hear that engine howling in the back. All he can hear behind him right now, he can hear the Ferrari in front. He hears a Audi of Ben Smith behind. There's been a moment behind. I'm not sure what's happened. Moment for Andrew Miller as Ben Smith almost goes around. Did we miss Daniel Merchant getting overtaken by 2 cars? We did indeed. Regardless, this has now turned into a 4-car battle. Or even a 5-car battle, sorry, for P5. A very crucial position. But Andrew Miller can't get by. The track is way too narrow right now. Nowhere for him
there's
to
been
go.
an accident in the rear. Sorry. There's been an accident in the rear. Let's try and get the chopper. Henning Haig and Chris Sargent both have accidents in the 180. Let's see what happened. Oh, that was Chris Sargent going around, and in Henning Haig's defense, he tried avoiding it and hit the wall himself. So that's 2 drivers, unfortunately, caught out from the sweeping left-hander in more ways than one. And you see Ben Smith is now attack on Andrew Miller coming up to the final turn. Oh, correction, that's not the final. It is the final turn. Sorry. As they come past to complete yet another lap. It is absolutely bananas at the moment as Ben Smith tried to capitalize on the fact that Daniel Merchant made a mistake, and then Callum Beeman, correction. No, I'm going to get into some angry emails today. He's trying to sneak up to the fight. He is indeed. Beeman's trying to sneak up there, but he's got Ben Smith to contend with as he's trying to battle to get past Miller, who's trying to get battle to get past Fleming, and Fleming is trying his absolute damnedest to make sure that does not happen. Not only does not happen, but they can't even get a breath.
There's going to be a crasher in a moment. There's going to be a crasher in the moment. It just feels like it. It just feels like something's happening right here. Miller tried to get a little bit of slipstream. It's not worked for him. He's actually left the door open for Ben Smith, who just slides in. And now this is not where Miller wants to be. Right behind him is a Midland Sim Racing, his teammate. But oh no, there's no teammates when it comes to the championship. That's a championship rival, Callum Beeman, right behind. While this is happening, by the way, Zachary Yama battling the lead with Dean Tim. Again, another crucial battle, because Yama is also in the championship race. So you've got to keep eyes there. You've got to keep eyes in the back of your head. It's crazy. And again, another mistake from Mark Fleming coming into Druids. Lodge, sorry. And he's just unable, he just gets caught up by Mark Smith. And Ben Smith, sorry. Ben Smith over Mark Fleming, there you go. Mistake from Fleming, mistake from Craig, mistakes everywhere. And Fleming's going to lose all 3 positions. Beeman's going to get by as well.
Can Beeman get by? Yes, he can. Twice around the outside, Ben Smith goes 2 positions in 1 lap. He's now up into 5th in amateur, and he's trying to speed away. Andrew Miller finally gets by. Oh no!
Oh! No, championship leaders off! Beeman's off with damage! That's wing damage! He's crabbing! Can we confirm this?
No!
Oh, he's crabbing! Championship leader in the wall! And there is a little bit of crab. He might have a straight steering wheel. I'm not entirely sure. It looked very hard. But there is wing damage. And he is absolutely furious. He loses all those positions.
And Callum Beaumont is in a place where he does not want to be, down the pecking order, and his teammate is all the way up there. He's still got plenty to play for. This is going to throw the championship up in an absolute tizzy. Oh, that's a car behind them. Alex Homerson having a mistake coming out onto the final turn on past Druids. He needs to keep the car focused and straight. As Zachary Yama, by the way, is battling Dean Timms. Dean Timms going on the outside. Dean Timms not going to be able to hold it. Zachary Yama's back in the lead of this race. Nick Critterton is on behind him. Dean Timms is not going to let that slip by him. He's going around the outside. No, he doesn't. Coming into turn 4, the 180. Let's see what happened to Dean Timms for him to lose the lead of amateur Team Teams with the Eclipse car on the inside. Oh, he went wide. No. Oh, yeah. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle coming out of turn 2. Seals his fate. And now he is fighting that VRT car quite extensively as they come around past the chicane. That is actually not what iRacing thinks it is. Thank you, iRacing. And he's got Nick Crittenden right up his trumpet. And he's going to have some absolutely bananas racing to compete with, as VRT guys, they fight in a group, essentially. They will be absolutely ruthless when it comes to, you know, sticking together. Not in a bad way, of course. They just want to be good teammates to each other.
A little bit of an update in the pros. Sean Campbell, last lap, overtook Casper de Court. The Campbell recovery is on. P5. Great drive. This is what he needs right now. And I am knocking on wood right now as I say this. He was down where? Like P12? P12 at the start of the race after hitting the wall. Recovered to 5th. He is only 3 cars behind Thomas Axe, his closest rival in the championship. Okay, he's still losing points. It isn't going to be as many points as it could have been. Brilliant for him. And Thomas Axe is still trying to find a way to catch up to Billy Fletcher. It's not happening. Same for Adam Christo. So, nothing else is happening in the pros, but Campbell with that drive, fantastic. And I don't know what's happened with these BMWs at the moment. It's not just Dean Timms and the Eclipse BMW, but, you know, Andrew Miller probably is the only driver in the series who has felt comfortable in that BMW all series. And I'm not sure what it is, but, you know, you look at it. Who was the other BMW to start the race? That's another car off, by the way. Did not see who that was. Andrew Dawson. Andrew Dawson with heavy damage to the car. He's off. Oh, just the island bend. Did he get punted, or did he lose it himself? He lost it himself. That's Dawson's race over.
Looking at Andrew Dawson. And there's the slide. Oh! Bang! Into the wall he went. And that is heavy damage and he's towed. That's his race over.
Unfortunate, but of course when you see that glass on the back of the Ferrari broken, that's it. You know you've had a big one. And that is a shame. So, how is it looking for our championship contenders? And I say it mainly because of the amateurs. Because the pros are so split out at the moment. Armstrong, by the way, is not going to gain many points. Well, he's going to gain no points of this, and Casper de Court is going to probably leapfrog him into P3 in the championship. But for the amateurs, Callum Beaumont is all the way down the field. He's actually a lap down. He's in the pits. Don't tell me Callum Beaumont has parked the car. He has.
He's 2 laps down.
He won't get points.
He won't get points this race.
So Andrew Miller, who's currently sitting P1, 2, 3, 4, 6, he's probably going to take the lead of the championship. Chris Chatterton, he's also down pretty far as well. Hakan Lindmo, he's out of the race. Nakayama, he's going to gain. He might leapfrog up to P3 after this. That just shows you the situation right now. And while we're talking about Yama, how about a VLT 1, 2, 3? Oh, no, sorry. A 1, 3, 4. How about a 1, 3, 4 for VRT? As Dean Timms is just holding off the VRT to Crittenden and Liam Ahern. As Yama continues to drive around. And Miller, like I said, Miller need to push anymore. What, 10 minutes, we're 10 minutes remaining. Does he need to push? He's in the prime position. Beeman's out. What does he need to do now? Get to the finish line. I want a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, VRT would love a 1, 2, 3. I don't think they've done the 1, 2, 3 this season. So it would be very nice. Nick Crittenden is going to try his best against the Eclipse drivers. It's going to be a challenge. Against the Eclipse drivers? Against the Eclipse driver. I beg your pardon. With not a lot of places you can gain time around here. Of course, out of Druids, with that double apex of Druids, you probably could and get a nice push down into Lodge. Unable to do it today. We've seen a lot of overtakes there, so just a beautiful section of track, and then you go that downhill dip, and I really hate it. Eight minutes 30 remaining, and that looks like Dean Tibbs has had an issue, and Crittenden will have to try and go around the outside of Cascade if he wants it. Realizes he cannot, so has to just yield, but he is getting Liam Ahern right on his bumper. No one's near them, so they can just continue to do this. Limo has retired the car finally, so that just gives you an idea of what's going on, but these VRT boys are pushing. They know how vital it could be. Well, how good it would be for a VRT Uno Dos Tres overall in the championship. I don't know why I said it like that. I have no idea why I said it like that, but they'll continue to keep on pushing. Not much to talk about the pros. Like I said, if there's anything in the pros, we'll let you know, but not much. The battles are happening here at the moment. And to be fair, outside of the front of the field, there's nothing going on around the back of the field. We started with 29 drivers. We're at 21, still driving around.
If they don't get a 1, 2, 3, they're going Lawrence Stroll on them, according to Debs 151. Dean Timms is currently spoiling that a little bit, being in second place and holding up. Is that a correction? Is holding up Nick Crittenden and Liam Ahern. Liam Ahern doing well after his initial race. Unfortunate, and he's just trying to see if he can. Will Egby, where is he gone?
Will Egby?
He's just towed.
Big damage, big damage. He comes through the shell hairpin. And did he lose the car? Yeah, the grass. The grass. The grass claims another person.
The grass.
Oh,
no. No.
It's another one. It's another one. Oh, the grass. Maybe if you just get some dirt, like it's Bristol dirt, you know, maybe that will avoid everyone just clipping and dying. It's another retirement in the race after that. So Jensen will go up to P8. Elsewhere, nothing changes. Mind you, with 6 minutes, yeah, the grass can't get. Yeah, I would have got away with it for that pesky grass. In Scooby-Doo fashion.
The fastest lap right now belongs to the man we're looking at right now. It is Adam Christo with a 1:28.772 was his last lap. Doesn't count, but he still holds the fastest lap with a 1:28.881, and he's caught up to the rear end of Thomas Axe. And with 5 minutes to go, the battle looks like it's heating up for the top three, as Thomas Axe is very slowly catching Billy Fletcher. And so it is for the first time ever, I think, an AMG sandwich on Pro. Oh, no, just as I say that, Adam Christo makes a mistake coming out of the second last onto the grass and loses a little bit of time. He doesn't lose much, but he can't be doing that too often.
No, you don't want to be doing that, but I can't believe you said AMG sandwich. I mean, unless you're doing VRS this week. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've heard that. Have I ever heard that? So, nice to see the resurrection of the Mercedes. I wonder when we get the resurrection of the Ford. iRacing, please.
No!
Lap time to give you an idea. Fletcher 1:29.266, Axel 1:28.937, Christo that 1:29.217. Gap between first and third is under 2 seconds. So everyone is in slipstream. We're coming to the end game. 4 minutes remaining. So we're looking at about the same amount of time as the previous race. So one to keep eyes on. That's a lapped car there. David Meakin just letting everyone by. What? Go back to this amateur battle for P2. Fantastic battle. I mean, you think about how is it a fantastic battle, Craig, when there's no overtakes? Well, for like the last 15 minutes, these guys have been inseparable. And you think, you've got opportunities to send it. You don't send it. You keep the patience. You keep the respect. It's just great racing when you see them bumper to bumper almost, just with that respect. I say that, and it looks like Timms might have made a mistake. Gone a little bit deep in the chicane. Manages to get away with it, though, out of Knickerbrook. That is one you do not want to say fast and mess up.
Oh, he's sliding still. I think he's cocked those rear tires.
In a 30-minute race with 23 Celsius track temp.
In Britain?
In Britain. You got to remember that the BMW eats the front tires because of all the weight at the front because of the engine. And it looks like the Crittenden will have to try and do it the hard way and go around the outside.
Oh.
Tries for it. Realizes there's nowhere to go. And that might just hold him up. Lima Hearn's going to be right behind. Lima Hearn thinking, maybe I have a go at this. Decides against it. Almost does a grass kill. As he decides to keep going. To have some lap traffic up ahead of them. Nope. What it was lap traffic. It was actually Yama. Shows what I can see. But the gap just keeps growing. And you got to think Crittenden maybe... Hindsight's 2020. But if he stayed behind Timms there, he might have had to move into Cascades instead of going for it where he did.
Yeah, but hindsight is 2020. So I think it was just trying to see if he could do a what's it called? A Ben Smith essentially, and just try and sneak past them on the outside.
Possibly. Oh, hello. Possibly. That could be it, but they're down to a minute 20. Where's the leader? Where is the leader? Billy Fletcher. This is the penultimate lap by my reckoning. So, penultimate lap. What can the VRT boys do? Nick Crittenden is about to start his penultimate lap. Can he look at making any sort of move here? And he's realized that Timms has gone really wide and really slow at the exit there of the first turn. But Crittenden will have to go around the outside of Cascades, or even more, go over under. Speed might be on his favor right now, but he's still too far behind Dean Timms. Andrew Miller, by the way, championship lead, well, probably will be championship leader after this. Just taking a stroll in the park right now in P6.
I mean, does he have to do anything else?
Nope.
More to the point, can he do anything else? The gap is too great.
Well, there's one little battle I want to keep my eyes on as we start the final lap. Because Sean Campbell has closed that gap on Alfie Rigby to a second. Not saying he can't do anything. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens. What is the gap now as they cross the line? I want to keep an eye on this. It is...
half a second.
Wow. So hold on to your hats for the final lap. That could be a battle for P4. We know Billy Fletcher's got the lead, and he's got to hold on half a second gap between him and Thomas Axe and Adam Christo. Meanwhile, Dean Timms is still battling Nick Crittenden. There's battles everywhere as we start the final lap. The final 88 seconds. Doesn't sound a lot when you say it like that, but Nick Crittenden's going to go side by side with Dean Timms into turn one. And he's got the overlap. Can he try and make this work around the outside? It's going to be the next question. Decides against it. He goes over under. It's compromised. He was trying to go over under. Could not make it. Dean Timms has got the inside and go down to Cascade. Can he even try and look for a dummy? Look for a flyback? No. Again, over under. He's taking too much time. He's missed the apex. Missed the apex. He's going to cut that grass. He's unable to do it. And we've got a car off. Jensen's off. Jensen's off. No one important. Alfie Rigby, as they come through the chicane, by the way, Campbell's right on his tail. And at the front of the field, Axe has not been able to get on the back of Billy Fletcher. So, what can Campbell do? He does not need to make this move. But if he wants to get some better points, he might as well make it. He's going to try and battle as we come across the final corner. Billy Fletcher's going to take the Lodge corner, and he will take victory in the Mercedes with Thomas Axe P2, Adam Christo P3. Sean Campbell's not done it. Sean Campbell gave it everything on that last lap. Not done it. Alfie Rigby will take P4. Campbell, very good P5. And we get back to that amateur battle because where is Dean Timms?
Dean Timms!
Where is Dean Timms?
Dean Timms, he's lost 3 places on the final lap. What happened?
The chicane! The chicane! He went for braking, defended into the chicane, and lost it. Absolutely overshot the chicane. We're going to see it then. Yama comes across the line to win the amateurs. It's going to be Nick Crittenden P2, Liam Mahon P3, VRT get the 1, 2, 3.
Dean Timms, what happened to you, baby? What happened? No! Oh, you got stuck. Just a quick replay of what happened. Nick Crittenden trying to set himself up for the move. And oh no! Dean Timms got stuck. He got stuck. Oh! On the chicane. Oh! On the final lap. And just... can't think of a worse place to get stuck. The car's stuck just... Oh.
Just overdid it. He just overdid it. And you've got to think, defending for that chicane probably did it. Defending for that chicane probably did it. Dean Timms, unfortunately, comes home in P4? P5. Unfortunately, Andrew Miller kept that P6. We'll go over those. I said it would be an interesting 88 seconds. That was that was some interesting 88 seconds.
That was very interesting. Now, your race results. Craig.
Yep, Billy Fletcher takes that win. Started 4th, finished 1st. Thomas Axe, that is a crucial P2 after that first race for Thomas Axe. Now, he gets the P2. Adam Christo gets P3. And Alfie Rigby with a good P4. And Sean Campbell, what a recovery drive. We thought that was it. Hit the wall in the first lap, having issues, and manages to pull away. Comes back, gets that P5. Casper de Court unfortunately finishes 6th. To the amateurs, wow. Zachary Yama, Nick Crittenden, Liam Ahern, congratulations VRT. You have a 1, 2, and 3. Ben Smith in the 55 comes home 4th for the amateurs, and Dean 4th, and Dean Timms will come home in 5th. Andrew Miller gets a P6, vital for his championship race, and you'll see why in a minute. Alex Thomason 7th for the amateurs, Daniel Merchant 8th for the amateurs, Chris Chatterton 9th for the amateurs. Matthias Jensen overall finished 16th for the pros, John Williams there, followed by Mark Fleming and Mark Bailey. And Simon Dobb was the 20th car and the last car on the lead lap. So let's come to the retirees. David Meakin didn't retire. He kept going around to make sure he stayed inside those 2 laps. Managed to do it. He finishes 21st, 2 laps down. Will Igby has a moment and finishes 6 laps down. Andrew Dawson finishes 9 laps down. And now what I was talking about. Callum Beeman crashed out going into Shell. He finishes 11 laps down. No points. Harry Wills also finishes 11 laps down. Heading Haig, 13 laps down. Linmo, 15 laps down. Taylor Lane, 18 laps down, as did Armstrong. Lydon Lee did not take the grid.
An action-packed race, I must admit. I was not...
You promised it.
Well, I was saying it was going to be a bit chaotic, but I wasn't expecting it to be this chaotic. Or, well, not chaotic, but you know what I mean.
I mean, that was an explosive finish.
It was a big old finish.
Let's be honest. We all circled Oulton Park and thought, "Oh no!" And then we saw the chaos of Donington, and we thought, "Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!"
And everyone was like, "Well, there's gonna be chaos." not as much chaos as I thought there'd been. In fact, it was some very respectable driving elsewhere, especially in the pros. I was really impressed with how the amateurs, just kept going. And really, there was no overtakes at the end there for the top three. It was more a mistake. Some great racing overall. So, wow. Who had the fastest lap, by the way? I'll tell you who it was. Sean Campbell on 128.719. Even in P5, even hitting the wall, the man from Carolina gets the fastest lap again.
Well,
I'm a little bit spent.
Yes, tuckered out.
Well, we've got to prepare ourselves because next week is the final endurance race of the season, Rob. 75 minutes at Monza. Then after Monza, we'll have a good idea of who needs to do what, because World Series has one drop week, and that is probably going to be vital. We knew how close it was for the amateurs. Probably going to be very close to them as well. But I think, Rob, it is time to get home, put our feet up, rest our vocal cords until Friday night, because if you have enjoyed what you've seen, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also, by the way, hit the join button. Somebody says, guess what marquee is showing up for the next 2 weeks? I might be very excited.
Ooh.
That might be what I think it is. I think the bat signal has been flown, but it's not a bat.
The bat signal.
The Ford signal might have been flown. All I can say. Anyway, that's what I was saying. If you like what you saw tonight on Raidillon TV, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 2K subscribers, Rob. That's amazing, just for a little company like us to do that. It's fantastic. Link, of course, to our Discord underneath the video if you'd like to join our community. And shout out once again to trackcam22.com. Look at that slow-mo going through the chicane. Love it. Oh, sorry, I'm just loving it. That's come from TrackCams22, by the way. Thank you so much for allowing us to use those cameras. Don't forget our membership list as well with our tier pages and our tiers and everything.
Our membership tiers, yes, indeed.
Our membership tiers, indeed. We hopefully will be back Friday for the European Sprint Series at Indy. Sunday, hopefully, for the Huskinville GT Challenge. Until then, I'm out of breath, but I can just do this because my name's Craig King.
And mine is Robert O'Brien.
And this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening.